In this example, I will try to describe the abstract classes from our previous lecture. So just to remind you, the abstract class acts as design guideline, where we tell the implementers or the future users about the methods or the behaviors that the children classes should have. And remember that we cannot create a new object from an abstract class. I will describe that through our shape class example from the previous lecture. So I will start by a helper class called point. So this helper class will just store the x and y coordinates of a point. For that I created this point class, and I will just define the internal variables x and y representing the x and y coordinates. But remember that because these members are private, I will need to create setter and getter for each of them. So I will just proceed by creating the getter to make it to give the class user, the ability to retrieve the value of the x coordinate for this point. And also I will create the setter to give the class user the ability to set a value for the x variable. I will do the same for the y coordinate. And remember that for the setter and getters, we just use the same name of the variable but capitalize the first letter, and for the setter we start by putting the keyword set or the word set before the name, and for the getter we just put get for the name of the variable. Also I will create a constructor that will get both values for the x and y and just initialize the internal variables x and y by these values from the user. So remember that the constructor is a special method where it must be the same name as the class name. So here point, the same name as the class point. And we will ask the user to provide a value for x and y, and simply we'll set these values to our internal variables like this. So by doing that, my point class is ready. I will now start creating or implementing the abstract class shape